A really difficult, really challenging year for so many in our industry.
Especially the tough year that we've had. It certainly means something very, something very special to me.
And I just want to thank, firstly, Estrella Damm and the top 50 gastropubs for running the initiative.
I have every hope that this next year is just going to be, we're going to take off.
Welcome to the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs 2021 list reveal and awards.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the editor of the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs, Nicholas Robinson.
Welcome to the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs 2021 list reveal and awards. The past 12 months plus have been the darkest experienced by the trade in generations. Not even during World War II did the pub trade close. But during the coronavirus pandemic, our sector has been stung more than a handful of times. Yet, and I say this each year we meet, we are a resilient, creative and intelligent sector which against all odds does everything it can to thrive. But in 2020 and so far in 2021, survival has sadly been the goal. Getting by from one day to the next has been our focus. Our creative thinking has been challenged and zapped just so we can make sure our pubs will remain. Stacey Maddie of the Parker's Arms, a mainstay of the Top 50 Gastropubs list, summed it up eloquently in a video for us. Yes, we have a top 100 list this year, but she said it doesn't matter where you all appear. We're all winners just for surviving. The focus of the Top 50 100 Gastropubs list in 2021 is to celebrate and promote as many of the outstanding gastropubs in the sector as possible. This year, it is not a competition, but a celebration of the community we have built together. A celebration of the pubs that have survived with the intent of once again thriving after a long and emotional battle. We will get through this, not just because jobs and livelihoods depend on your businesses, but because we have to ensure these unique pubs survive for generations. And we can now look to the future. We don't know for sure what the coming weeks and months will bring, but we can say we've made it through the rough, and now it's time to focus on getting ourselves back to where we were after the last list reveal in January 2020. I mentioned earlier that this year's list is not a competition, and that's true. There have been significant challenges in our sector since our last reveal. We've lost pubs, pubs have changed their focus, and others have faced pressures that will prevent them from reaching their peak for many months or even years to come. But we are here to help. Top 50 Gastropubs exists to shine a light on the sector and to encourage people from across the UK and the world to visit and spend in your venues. That has always been and will always be our focus and reason to exist. This year, we've had to do things a little different to ensure we can continue with that mission. Our plans have had to change several times as a result of restrictions, but because of your honesty, we've been able to pivot the event to work for you. Thanks to all of you who have embraced these changes by hosting and putting on special takeaways featuring Sally Abe's amazing menu. Sally was last year's Chef of the Year and brought the Michelin-starred Howard Arms into the top spot on the list. That was the first time a London pub hit the #1 on the Top 50 Gastropubs list. Sally has introduced her food through a video, which we've published on our social media channels. If you haven't already, have a look by searching at Top 50 Gastropubs. This is also the first year we've opened up our list reveal to everyone. Usually we gather as a small group, but now the whole world has a chance to celebrate your achievements. Before we get on with the show, I'll explain a little bit about how things are going to work today. We're streaming the event live from London in celebration of Sally's win last year, and hopefully you've had a chance to eat your amazing food, which has been made and paired with ingredients from our outstanding partners. Our outstanding partners are headline partner Estrella Damm, and of course our associate partners Wingham, who have matched wines to the menu, Pernod Ricard, who supplied Redbreast 12 to not only drink but to cure the sea trout you may have eaten today, and Yorkshire Tea, who provided a selection of teas and coffees, with the former being used in your dessert. Earlier this month, we revealed the 51 to 100 list, and now it's almost time to see which pubs have made it onto the top 50 list. So, this is where I leave you, but before we continue, please welcome James Healy, UK Country Manager from our headline partner, Estrella Damm, to say a few words.
Thanks, Nick. First of all, congratulations everyone on making it onto this year's list. On behalf of myself and Estrella Damm, it's fantastic to be at this event once again. We love the gastropub. We love the role that it plays within the community. We love the fact that you can go to a pub and enjoy the drink side of it, but the actual quality of the food that comes with it, the experience, the level of service is always just second to none. One thing that we could do last year, in fact, that gave us an opportunity to continue that level of interaction with the gastropubs was to work with them on social media. So any ideas that the gastropubs were involved in, whether it was takeout or any kind of food initiatives, we were really happy to support and raise awareness throughout that period. It's not been a good 12 months at all, but I think we've got a lot to look forward to. I think 2021 will see us coming out of this. We know that we've got lots of operators. Everyone in the industry is just waiting to be able to come and just return to do what they do best. So I think we've got the guys waiting at home to be able to go out and spend money, whether it's drinking beer or eating great food. It's just a matter of just getting through this last period, and then hopefully we can get somewhere back to where we were towards the end of 2019. I just wanted to say to all the pubs that have made the top 50 list this year, congratulations, now more than ever really, because it's been a tough period, and we just can't wait to be able to experience the pubs again and the food in the flesh. But for now, it's just really an opportunity to congratulate everyone, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, to announce the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropub Awards 2021, please welcome Angelica Bell.
So ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to reveal the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs Awards 2021 and find out who has taken the top spot. Now, as we run down the list, we will also present our special category awards, as well as the award for highest new entrant who has broken onto the top 50 list and the highest climber. Now, before the countdown, we are going to start by announcing our One to Watch. Now, the One to Watch award is chosen by top 50 gastropubs judges and is our way of signalling to the community that we believe this pub is worthy of a position on next year's list and is very much one to watch. Now, this pub opened and reopened 3 times in 2020, and with each reopening, customers came flooding through the doors to dine in style. From Beaconsfield, Buckinghamshire, the One to Watch 2021 is the Greyhound. Well done to everyone at the Greyhound. Congratulations.
Being in the industry my whole life, from a young boy, starting off as a kitchen porter and having my own little cafe in my garage, it was always my dream to have my own place. And when we stumbled across this beautiful building in Beaconsfield, it was a no-brainer that it was time for myself and Marguerite to get it and do with it what we want.
We visited this place, and both of us, we fell in love straight away. It was love at first sight. And then together with our designer, we wanted to respect the old features and then put a little spin on it. You're welcome with like a beautiful mural, and it's nice to have like a little room to enter before you enter the restaurant, where the ladies can check themselves out in the mirror and just feel comfortable. Very important to have a nice interior from the entrance to the restaurant to the toilets. It's such a nice energy, and it's just like people smile whenever they go in the toilet. It's really weird, but it just makes them feel so comfortable. We had so many guests who asked, where are your wallpapers from? Where is your mural from the piano room? And I think that's a great testament of what we're doing.
You know, a lot of the staff that we have here, we've had from the beginning, from when we first opened. They've also worked with us at different places over the years. We train very, very hard with the team. You know, I'd say an hour, 2 hours every single day. There's a lot to know, you know, especially doing what we're doing or doing what we're trying to achieve here. So to know the menu inside and out, to know the wine list inside and out, teas, your coffees, your cheese, you know, whatever it is that you're offering. And just to sort of monitor their knowledge, you know, we do give them exams as well, so we can sort of see, you know, what they need to focus on, what they're excelling at, to ultimately get better. You know, you're the face. You're what comes between that product and the guests at the table. So it's really important that you have a very, very good understanding. It is all about the guests. It really is. Everybody's individual. Comfort means different things to different people. It can be small things. You know, if we notice that a guest is eating, left-handed, we'll set them up the other way. If a guest has forgotten their reading glasses, we can present them with reading glasses, all different strengths, of course. We have handbag stalls for their handbags, for their laptop bags. We don't have to put it on the floor. It's all about comfort. Service is a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing.
So we have a very close relationship with the local gin distiller, the local brewery, who also make our own Greyhound lager. We also are very lucky to have a little wine room. We have 6 wine fridges, each have their own temperature. So I work very closely together with Adam. So as Adam, his food is modern British, he likes to put his own spin onto it. And for me, it's very fun and exciting to find like the right match. Sometimes it can be with a classic wine. Sometimes with his previous mushroom dish, we paired a sake, or with a dish in the summer that he had a crab katsu, we paired a Greyhound lager with it. The most important is to try it for yourself. And then it's also fun to tell it to the guests that it's also something that we all tried.
To win an award such as this, such an acclaimed award is amazing. Yeah, to have the recognition from someone as big as Top 50 Gastropubs is amazing. So yeah, very proud.
We have an incredible team, front of house, back of house. I think it's amazing to have that acknowledgement from people from the industry, from peers. Very rewarding, and we're very humbled to have this award.
Now let's commence with the countdown. And the gastropub coming in at 50 is the Swan, Bampton, Devon. A favourite on the list, the Swan in Bampton showcases some of the best food in the local area. At 49, it's the Gunton Arms, Thorpe Market, Norwich. Of course, this pub is known for its amazing food offering, but it's also recognised for owner Ivor Bracker's unique taste in art. At 48, it's the Shibden Mill in Halifax, West Yorkshire. Originally a 17th century corn and spinning mill, the Shibden Mill Inn was transformed into a country pub in 1890 and continues to provide a warm welcome. At 47, our first new entry to the list, it's the Bull and Last Highgate, London. Now, after closing for a couple of years for an extensive refurb, the Bull and Last has re-entered the list following its reopening in 2020. A new look and accommodation add to this wonderful pub's repertoire. Another new entry at 46 is the Wheatsheaf, Greetham, Rutland, East Midlands. Now this is a relatively understated pub perhaps, but the Wheatsheaf's food offer packs a punch by championing simple ingredients. At 45, it's a new entry for the Black Swan, Ravenstonedale, Cumbria. Run by the same family for over 16 years, the Black Swan sits on the convergence of 3 counties and offers edible bounty from each. At 44, a re-entry to the list, it's the Mason's Arms Noston in Devon. One Michelin-starred Mason's Arms showcases some of the best produce from Devon on its mouth-watering menus. At 43, it's another re-entry, the Duck Inn Stanhope, Norfolk. After a short 1-year hiatus, the Duck Inn Stanhope is back again thanks to its outstanding ethos and food. At 42, it's a new entry, the Dog and Gun, Skelton, North Yorkshire. The Dog and Gun in Skelton sits at the heart of the Cumbrian village Skelton and boasts some of the finest food in the region. At 41, it's another re-entry for Felon Fat Griffin, Brecon, Wales. Enjoy some refined and outstanding food from Wales's larder at the Felon Fat Griffin, which is situated in the relaxing Brecon Beacons. At 40, it's a new entry for the Royal St Leonards-on-Sea, East Sussex. Now at this pub, you'll find simple and elegant fare prepared and served to some of the highest gastropub standards. At 39, it's another new entry for the Moorcock Inn, Norland, West Yorkshire. A cosy pub with oak beams and wood-burning stoves inside. But go outside the Moorcock and you'll see some breathtaking views of the Ryburn Valley. We pause now as we announce our award for Newcomer of the Year, partnered with Pernod Ricard.
How's it going? I'm Robin Redbreast, proud to sit on the label of Ireland's most beloved single pot still whiskey. It's like having your face on money, but better. So here we are in Middleton, County Cork, where all the action happens. For whiskey fans, this qualifies as action. Ah, there they are. The lads that stand over every drop of Redbreast are blenders Billy and Dave. Hey lads, I'm getting some peach cobbler and stewed plums on the nose. Yeah, feel free to write that down. Or we can, you know, workshop it a bit too. Endless banter with these two. So now that you know a bit more about Redbreast, why not pour yourself a glass? I'd offer to help, but, you know.
This award recognises a new entrant to the gastropub scene, which has been open for 2 years or under. And the 4 finalists are the Clarence Tavern, Stoke Newington, London. The Maynard Ingram Arms, Hoarcross, Staffordshire. The Owl, Kirkgate Market, Leeds. And the Northumberland Arms, West Thurston, Northumberland. So let's find out who the winner is.
On behalf of Redbreast Irish Whiskey, the quintessential single pot still Irish whiskey, it's an honour to present the Top 50 Gastropubs Best Newcomer Award 2021. And the winner is... Do I hold for a drum roll here? No, Grant. So the winner is... the Maynard Ingram Arms in Staffordshire.
Well done to all.
The Maynard Ingram Arms is a historical pub set in a beautiful setting here in the National Forest. We are really, really fortunate to be in such a beautiful rural setting, which hopefully makes us a lovely place for people to visit. We acquired the Maynard Ingram 18 months ago. It had been closed for 5 years. It represented before that a really much loved pub, and I think people were really sad to see it sort of going into decay, no future, didn't know what was going to happen to it. But before that, prior to that, it was really on the map. It was a really, really well-known pub, the beating heart of the community, I suppose. and actually had a lot of historical links. Prince Charles visited here when he used to hunt in these parts and things like that. So lots of lovely links for various reasons, and everybody's got a story to tell about the Mennel. So it was lovely. We felt really really fortunate to be able to take on and restore the establishment. We've got a private dining area, we've got a big courtyard which we've actually during the COVID crisis decided to invest in a stretch tent which will be up obviously in inclement weather and at other times during the year. We've got parasols on the terrace. We've got Sam's Bar, which provides a beating hub of, for live music, entertainment. We've really tried to listen to what our customers want and give back to the community what they had before with a few nice adaptations. Absolutely humbled, hugely honoured. It's an incredible accolade. Everybody wants to be in the top 50, and to have achieved that, we are just overwhelmed. It's testament to the dedication of our teams who have worked tirelessly. They're all in an infectious crew here, if you want to call them that. They're full of enthusiasm. I can't wait to be able to tell that, to radiate that message to them. Everybody works really, really hard here, as they do, I know, in so many other businesses, and there's so many other places to champion as well. We're enormously proud of what we've done and what we've achieved and what we will hopefully go on to do in the future.
Well done to everyone. And so back to the countdown. And at 38, it's a new entry for the Pheasant Inn, Hungerford, Berkshire. Hospitality is ingrained in the family of Pheasant Inn owner Jack Greenall, who can trace his ancestors' passion for pubs and hotels back to 1750. At 37, it's the Cadley Arms, Tiverton, Devon. It's impossible not to love Nick and Tina from the Cadley Arms. Their passion for food and drink is obvious the moment you walk through the door of this beautiful pub. At 36, we find the Broadchair, Newcastle upon Tyne. Offering all the best bits of a traditional pub and more, the Broadchair in Newcastle is a foodie's retreat. At 35, it's the Red Lion and Son, Highgate, London. Headed by Heath Ball, the Red Lion and Son has bags of personality and exudes a serious passion for high quality food and drink. At 34, it's the Wild Rabbit, Chipping Norton, Oxfordshire. A truly modern British inn set in the heart of the Cotswolds, serving seasonal food and some exceptional rooms to sleep in. At 33, it's the French House, Soho, London. Back for a second year, the French House in Soho continues to offer an environment for some of London's most famous places to eat and drink. At 32, a new entry for Pine Arms, Barnstable, Devon. Now, we can't say it better than the Pine Arms, which describes itself as a proper country pub with award-winning food and stunning accommodation. At 31, it's another new entry for the Duncombe Arms, Ashbourne, Derbyshire. It's been described as the local we all wish we had, and that's not something we're going to deny. At 30, we have the Charlton Arms, Ludlow, Shropshire. You'll find some of Shropshire's best seasonal produce at the Charlton Arms, served in a simple and tasteful way. At 29, it's the Marksman, Hackney, London. Try their pies. They're some of the best you'll ever have in London, or perhaps even in the UK. At 28, it's the Anchor and Hope, Waterloo, London. Truly, this pub remains one of the worst kept secrets in London and is widely credited as being one of the UK's most modern gastropubs. At 27, it's the Hardwick, Abergavenny, Wales. A 5-star experience, the Hardwick at Abergavenny is simply one of the finest places to eat in the UK. At 26, it's the Scran and Scally, Edinburgh. A firm favourite on the list. Tom Kitchen's The Scran and Scally is simply a must visit when you're in the city of Edinburgh. At 25, it's the Olive Branch, Clipsham, Rutland, East Midlands. A real beauty of the East Midlands, the olive branch offers some of the loveliest food and service in the region. At 24, it's the Longs Arms, South Wraxall, Wiltshire. A beautiful country pub that serves cask ale and fresh seasonal produce in a relaxed environment with warm and friendly service. At 23, we have the White Swan at Fence, Lancashire. I promise you this, you'll smile from ear to ear from setting foot in the door of the White Swan to long after you've left. If you haven't been, then you need to go. At number 22, we pause once again as we now have another special award to hand out, as the gastropub in this position on the list is also the recipient of this year's highest new entry award. Our highest new entry, launching in at number 22 from Bartlow, Cambridgeshire, is the Three Hills. Congratulations, I'm going to put you on my list.
We bought the pub back in 2015 when it was a really tired village inn. We knocked it down, basically gutted out the interior and knocked down all the unattractive parts of the pub and rebuilt it. So we've been in operation now for 3 years if you count 2020. Well, we're really lucky because at the Three Hills we've got several different areas that you can eat. So we've got the old pub side, which is really cosy with a wood-burning stove and underfloor heating. We've got the brand new orangery, lots of sunlight, again, underfloor heating. Then we've got this amazing covered patio, which is fairy lit, incredibly romantic. It's given us a lot of flexibility. And we've also got what was the old pub dining room that's now been converted into a snug for our guests who come and eat with us, or for our house guests who are staying with us. There's a lot of pubs around here, but when we bought this pub, I realised that it had to be a destination because we are in this village of 110 people and people have got to want to come here for a reason. So we decided it didn't matter what kind of food we did, but it had to be really good food. I think that's why people come here, because they know they're going to get great food in a really nice, welcoming, comfortable environment. I've got the most amazing team. It's finally kind of gelled together. So we've basically got 2 very young chefs who are doing an incredible job. Our front of house team is extraordinary, and it's a little sad because of COVID. We've got people with amazing backgrounds who normally would be doing other careers. So we've got an architect, we've got a costume designer, we've got somebody who worked first class for Virgin Airways, we've got an ex-policewoman, but a really amazing, welcoming team.
We do like the British classics, as you would in a pub, but we put kind of a modern twist on them. I mean, we've got quite a small kitchen, but we're a well-oiled machine. We do the best we can in the space.
People come here for the food because there's not really the opportunity to come here drinking because we are so out in the sticks. You've got to come here for the meal, and it's not like a town pub where people go and drink. It's predominantly food, really, isn't it?
It is incredible. This kind of thing doesn't happen to us. We're a tiny, tiny pub in the middle of nowhere with a really young, fairly inexperienced team who really focuses on trying to do the best with everything that we do. So it was just an amazing accolade.
Now, before we go back to the countdown, we're going to announce the award for Front of House Team of the Year, sponsored by Taylors of Harrogate. Now, this award recognises front of house teams who make a real operating difference and significant business contribution to the pubs they work in. And the three finalists are The Dog at Wingham, Canterbury, Kent. The Red Lion, Pewsey, Wiltshire. And the Green Man Public House, Ashbourne, Derbyshire. So let's find out who the winner is.
We at Yorkshire Tea are proper proud to be sponsoring this award, so I hope you've got your socks on. The standard of service at this year's winner has continued to improve from an already near perfect position, so the winner of the front of house team of the year is the team at the Dog at Wingham. Congratulations. Cheers.
Congratulations to all the team there, you so deserve it.
The Dog at Wingham is a family-owned and family-run gastropub in Kent. We've been involved with the top 50 gastropubs for a few years now, and it's an incredible part of what we do here. But obviously, the last 12 months have been very different to the usual in many ways. Closing the doors on Friday, 20th of March, a date I don't think anyone in the industry will ever forget. We have 30 staff here at the Dog, and we didn't know how this new word furlough was going to work and how it was going to affect us. And once I knew that the team were taken care of, we could then work out how we basically put the dog to sleep. We have, goes without saying, the most fantastic team, led by Eddie and Matt. All local young people. My job is to fill the place up, and it's this phenomenal team of young people that take care of our guests 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and 24 hours a day. From early in the morning, the chefs and the front of house team arrive. We're serving breakfast, lunch and dinner 7 days a week. The Dog is all about our team. They are phenomenal at what they do.
I think it's mainly down to the team that's here. We all work so hard and we all put it at the forefront of our attention. We all really love what we do, and I think awards and appreciation naturally follows hard work, and what you put in is what you get out. I'm a firm believer of that. It comes from the top. If the bosses are doing what they want us to do, then we just naturally follow. It's just great leadership.
This is third time lucky front of house team of the year, so it means a huge amount. We've been a finalist 3 years in a row, and so to finally win it is epic. Businesses that have won it in the years gone by are phenomenal, and so the class it puts us in is mind-blowing. And I just want to thank firstly Estrella Damm and the top 50 gastropubs for running the initiative, but most importantly to the whole team at the Dog, and also our guests who keep coming back time and time again to support us.
Now back to the countdown, and at 21 it's the Pipe and Glass Inn, Beverley, East Yorkshire, a mainstay of the top 50 list. The one Michelin-starred Pipe and Glass has been run by James and Kate Mackenzie since 2006, and it truly is a gem. At 20, it's the Boat, Lichfield, Staffordshire. Chef patron Liam Dillon continues to transform this unassuming pub into not only a culinary place of pilgrimage, but an all-round wonderful place to be. At 19, it's the Draper's Arms, Islington, London. It's well known among consumers and those in the trade as one of the finest pubs in the capital. At 18, it's the Cornish Arms, Tavistock, Devon. You won't be disappointed with the Cornish Arms, which offers honest food and drinks served with a warm welcome and a beautiful place to be. At 17, we find the Crown at Birchett's Green, Maidenhead, Berkshire. This is a truly special pub run by Simon Bonwick, who entices diners with his self-proclaimed French bourgeoisie cooking. At 16, it's the Fordwich Arms, Canterbury, Kent. 1 Michelin starred, the Fordwich Arms is a stunning pub from the outside in that it does not disappoint. At 15, it's the Guinea Grill, Mayfair, London. A bastion of simple food well done, but served in surroundings that reek of history and many good times. The Guinea Grill is a place to visit. At 14, it's the Rat Inn, Alnwick, Northumberland. A mainstay on the top 50 list, the Rat Inn is a warm and welcoming pub that serves some of the region's best food. And at 13, it's the Kentish Hare, Bidborough, Kent. For locals and foodies alike, the Kentish Hare offers an abundance of culinary delights and much more. And at 12, it's the Angel at Hetton, Skipton, North Yorkshire. Historic pub, the Angel at Hetton is a 1 Michelin starred gastronomic delight that offers outstanding food, drink and service. And at 11, it's the Beehive, White Waltham, Berkshire. Our friend and your friend, Dom Chapman, has run the Beehive for some years now and continues to wow visitors from all over with his exceptional cooking. At number 10, we pause once again as we now have another special award to hand out, as the Gastropub at this position on the list is also the recipient of this year's highest climber, sponsored by Bibendum.
On behalf of Bibendum, I'm thrilled to announce that our highest climber, rising a massive 19 places to number 10, is the Unruly Pig.
Well done to the whole team at the Unruly Pig. Congratulations.
Suffolk's a gloriously beautiful county. It has some of the best and freshest produce you can get. We get 70% within 30 miles. Most of our fish are lobsters. Our game comes from 5 miles up the road. I think friendly, knowledgeable service with a place that's a little quirky with great food. I think that sums up the Unruly Pig. What are we known for? Well, what we're known for is our Britannian foods. And I have so many people from London come to me and say, God, this is the best risotto I've had since London, or actually since Sicily. What's attracted Dave Wall, my head chef, he used to work for Gordon Ramsay and has a London provenance by Bendham, Claridge's, etc. What's attracted him to come and work at the Unruly Pig? It is the local produce, the freshness and quality of that produce. He opened this restaurant with me, he stuck with me. Carl Green, the senior sous chef, came along at the same time, and 5 years later, they are still with me. They obviously need neuroleptic medication as to why they're still here, but thank God they are. I drive them batty, but I love them to bits, and I think it's a testament to our success that they are still here. They're very much a team.
Yeah, I think they just always appreciate, you know, they know where the food comes from. They like the story behind the food and they like knowing the love that we're giving it as well, and I think that comes through when they eat it in the restaurant. So, I mean, we all strive to achieve the same thing, and that leads from the top really with Brendan and his attitude across the whole business. You know, there is an eye for detail, you know, it's to try and be the best at what we do, but it's also a really enjoyable environment to work in.
I think Brendan's eye for detail, as Carl put it, is, could also be known as relentless persistence. You know, he really drives home what the standards need to be, and as soon as we get on top of one thing, he's bothering us about what we're going to do next. And that driver is, it's a real force in the team, you know, both for Carl and I in the kitchen and you know, in the front of house as well. It's such an honour to win this award. The fact that it's voted for by our peers and the judging panel is just so prestigious, they really know what they're talking about. The fact that they rate what we're doing and they like what we're about, it just means us a lot, because sometimes you can get blindsided. You're in the kitchen surrounded by your four walls in the metal box all day, but to then be able to stand back and hear that people appreciate what you're doing and they like it, it just feels great.
I am so grateful that those of you who did vote for us, very kindly vote for us, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world.
Now back to the countdown, and in at 9 we have the coach, Marlow, Buckinghamshire. The coach continues to go from strength to strength by providing diners with some of the best food in Marlow. At 8, it's the Compasses Crundale, Kent. A product of passion from owners Rob and Donna Taylor, the Compasses is a great escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. At 7, it's the Hand and Flowers, Marlow, Buckinghamshire. Climbing up the list once again, the Hand and Flowers is led by an exceptional chef and team and provides the only 2 Michelin star pub experience in the world. At number 6, it's the Freemasons at Wiswell, Lancashire. Holding strong in the top 10, the Freemasons at Wiswell is one of the best pubs Lancashire has to offer. And at 5, it's the Mariners, Rock, Cornwall. Joining the list last year and winning Newcomer of the Year at the same time, the Mariners in Rock clearly means business and has cemented itself in among the top 5 on this year's list. On to the top 4, and taking this slot is the Parker's Arms, Newton Inn, Bowland, Lancashire. The team at the Parker's Arms should be exceptionally proud of themselves. Over the years, the pub has been slowly climbing the list and has now got the top 3 firmly in sight. Well done. So we have reached the top 3.
Now I, who saw you come to life, who held you when you cried, now I, whose heart beats in your eyes, who dies to see you smile, I'm terrified. I don't get why you tear out my hair, leave my body in flames, and take away my breath. It's been time that you seem to be in the blind. There must be another way of living.
To help me present the trophies to our top 3 pubs, would you please welcome back from our headline partner, Estrella Damm, James Healy.
And so, the pub at number 3. And I'm pleased to announce it's the Harwood Arms. Congratulations to Sally and the team.
The last 12 months has obviously been a really difficult time for everybody in the industry. Here at the Harwood, you know, we've tried our best to sort of keep the team engaged, doing a few sort of Zoom lessons online, and just basically trying to think towards the future and see how we can improve and keep going forward. The Harwood Arms is really famous, first and foremost, for its Sunday roast, because it's, you know, well up there with some of the best. And secondly, just for our absolute love of wild food and game. I think the Harwood Arms has just got a really special feeling to it. You know, we try and welcome everybody that comes through the door and make them feel at home, like they're in their own living room. So we've got a real focus on game here at the Harwood. We get our venison directly from our owners, Greyhound and Maynard Inn. So it's got complete traceability. We use every part of the animal, and it's really, really special to us. And the same thing with our Sunday roast. You know, we go to real lengths to source the finest ingredients and put them together the best we can. The Harwood Arms is such a special place, and it's just so wonderful to be included in the top 50, and it just really means a lot to all of us.
And so we move on to find out who is this year's number 2. James, tell us, who is the winner, please?
So for those of you paying attention, we have 2 remaining contenders. And in second place, it's the Star at Hareham. Congratulations, Andrew.
So the Star in itself, I mean, it's been a hostelry here since the 1300s. It's 14th century thatched pub, open fires, wonky walls, low beams. It sort of oozes ambience. It has ambience on tap, and it's very much a quintessential Old English pub. A lot of people come from all over the country, all over the world sometimes, you know, so we've got a massive audience of people. But what we cook is the food of the region, a sort of Yorkshire version of the cuisine terroir, if you like. You know, the French have their food and their ingredients that they fly the flag for over there. We fly the white rose flag for Yorkshire, but just with a twist, you know, modernised techniques and something for everybody, really. You know, we're still a village pub, so we have the regulars come in, the local cricket team comes in, shoot parties through autumn, winter time, so we're very much a hub of the community, doing our bit for the church and things like that, carol services at Christmas. So it's something for everybody, really. I think that's why it wins out, and we seem to have lasted the distance quite well, really. You know, we bought the pub, it was closed down, nobody wanted it, it's for sale for 4 years, and we came along and the rest is history, really. It's been an interesting last 12 months, I must say. A bit lonely. So we've been filling in our time. It's a big old place when you're by yourself. So, you know, there's been a lot of painting, a lot of digging, a lot of planting. But early on in the first lockdown, we did a lot of meals for the NHS. We cooked just short of 4,000 meals, which was great, you know, and good sort of team spirit from the family, everybody mucking in. Second lockdown, we've did a lot of building work. We've taken advantage of doing things which we normally couldn't do when we're open. So we've actually built 4 more rooms for letting bedrooms, rewired the kitchen, and actually this third lockdown, we're now expanding the car park area and developing the outside area yet again. So we're always kept busy, always something to do. To gain runner-up in the Gastropub Top 50 is absolutely brilliant. For that consistency, for the team, for all the effort that everybody puts in, it's fantastic news. After 25 years of being here, it obviously proves that we're doing something very good day in, day out, you know. And I think keeping all those plates spinning, literally, sometimes, it's a great accolade. And, you know, I mean, through the support of Estrella in recent years, from other sponsors in the past, we've always been there and thereabouts in the last 25 years. So a quarter of a century of hospitality isn't a bad thing, and no, I'd like to say thank you very much from me, definitely, and all the other staff that are here and make it all possible. To be honest, I could never do this by myself, but loads of great helpers. You know, we've got Steve in the kitchen, Steve Smith, Eve out front, you know, all the family, all the people that have been, you know, here for a long time, helping out and doing what they do very well. So no, brilliant news, thank you.
And so it's time to reveal the gastropub that is top spot on the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs 2021. James, it's back to you.
So, for those of you who've been keeping track on who's here and who hasn't yet been named, you may have guessed that the winner of this year's Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs is the Sportsman. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thank you very much, James. Wow. I wasn't expecting this because, you know, we won it a couple of times before, and I thought last year that would be, you know, we'd have a slow descent into retirement. But no, we won it again. I'm really proud of that. I just want to say thank you, first of all, to Estrella Damm and William Reed for the for sponsoring the competition and holding the competition. And Also, I really have to thank the staff because one, I haven't seen them for so long, so I just checked they're still out there. So thanks to everyone who works at the Sportsman, Dan, the head chef, Shelley, Emma, all the people who make it possible for us to win this, and my brother Phil for running the business for me. And yeah, the whole thing is, the whole thing is a bit of a surprise, and very proud also to have won again an award that is voted for by our peers. So people in the trade, I don't have to beg for votes. I can just sit back and let these lovely people vote for us. We're very grateful, and we never take it for granted. So thank you very much, James. Thank you, Estrella Damm. And yeah, very, very happy. Thanks very much. My name's Stephen Harris. I am the chef and co-owner of the Sportsman in Sea Salter. I co-own it with my brother Phil. Been here for about, well, just over 20 years. As you can see, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're a destination pub. Being in Kent at lunchtimes, we get what they call the Greyhound, which is people with a bit of money who've retired. They make up a good amount of our lunchtime trade in the summer. But then you'll have a table of chefs from Copenhagen. We kind of went through a period when we were a kind of cult restaurant on the internet. In the early days of food blogging and things like that, we did this menu where we cooked just what was around us. We made our own salt from the sea, we made our own butter, we cured our own hams, and we still do all that. But that was a new thing back in 2005 when we started doing it. I studied history at university, and I looked into the history of the building, and I started at the Domesday Book, and I was shocked because the entry for Sea Salter in the Domesday Book, 1086, says that this was land owned by the kitchens of Canterbury Cathedral. So I looked a bit more into it, and it turned out that this was the larder. So this area provided the food. It's a marshland on the north coast, so it's got seafood, oysters in particular, but also cockles, clams, mussels. A bit further out there's great fishing. You've got mackerel, bass, turbot, brill, all the fish, lobsters, everything. There was a farm up on the hill called Monk's Hill Farm where the monks farmed animals. If you drive down here from London, you'll go through hop fields, strawberries, raspberries, plums, apples, pears, everything you can think of are grown just in the area within a few miles. So every possible ingredient is available near here to a very high standard. So I just thought, well, why look beyond it? And so from 2005 I started doing that. We've been serving this kind of ultra local tasting menu based on not on just the idea that it's local, but on a bigger idea that this is a terroir, a special area for the production of food. I don't really listen to praise because I look more for indicators, and that's where the people come back. So, when a famous chef's come, so we had René Redzepi here, we had Daniel Hum here, we had David Chang, we've had, everyone. You could have Massimo Bottura, they've all been here. And what's magical is when they come back, because then they really enjoyed it. What I particularly like about these awards, the Estrella Damm Top 50 Gastropubs, for me it really stands out because there are lots of awards where someone gets in touch with you and says, you've been nominated, get all your customers to vote for you. And of course, if you've got lots of friends, you just get them to put a vote in for you, whether they think you're any good or not. Well, that's really a popularity contest. It's not really an serious attempt to find out who the best is. Whereas this, I think, has got a pure approach. It makes you feel good when you win it because you think, well, this is voted for by my peers, and that's the kind of, that makes it very valuable to me.
Huge huge congratulations to Stephen and the whole team at The Sportsman. Well, that brings us to the end of this evening's awards. The list will shortly be live on our website at top50gastropubs.com. Thank you so much once again for all of you for watching, to all our sponsors and our headline partner, Estrella Damm. Cheers.